Hello everyone. I want you to take a look at how fast Super can come back. And on this run, let's count how many OPs you can pull out. Such an epic moment, right? Okay, so this is solo GM once again. There was a comment on one of the previous videos asking about using the seasonal weapon Psychopump, so I decided to give it a shot. My current mindset with the loadout was might not be as strong as the current ones I have, but turns out it was actually very strong. Like no clickbait, no cap, no bullshit. Specifically this role, Ambitious Assassins and Rolling Storm. So, right off the bat, Psychopump Rolling Storm is not really won't benefit all builds. So BS Baron, the reason it's good, it prints out orbs like crazy. It has good tandem harmony with the volatile if the artifact has volatile. And meanwhile, this one is Psychopump is best used if your class or if your build dips into the bolt charge capabilities. And yeah, right off the bat, we already got our first super on the entrance room. And obviously, we are pairing this with a geomag. Most of our fragments and aspects are defensive. And I believe there's one or two that gives us more bolt charge. So yeah, we are capitalizing on the fact that we want to collect as much of those arc pickups, the ones that trace us all around. One of the best elemental pickups in the game. The rest just stand there. And arc is the best because it goes to you. And it fills up all of your abilities and your super. And just like that, we got our second, or was it a third super? I know, it's not the best burst super, it's not the best in DPS, but in a GM setting, come on. It feels good to do stuff like this. And yeah, don't be afraid to cancel it fast. You don't need to kill the barrier champ in one super. You can use it to align the enemies, pop the shield, and by the time the shield is starting, most likely the enemies behind are dead. We are also double dipping on the artifact perks, the one that gives us more elemental pickups on elemental kills. And we upgraded the artifact perks so that when we do get these elemental pickups, we get more super in return. That results in the gameplay you're seeing right now. A reminder, this is solo Grandmaster. This is not a normal Nightfall, a normal PvE stuff where you're plus 20 light level. This is minus 20. My philosophy has always been, if the build is working good on a minus 15, minus 20 upwards difficulty, then the build is legit. Because on a regular PvE activity, to be honest, any build can slay out. Any build. You don't have to make a right build or whatever. But in minus 15, 20, contest mode, all that stuff, you gotta have proper build. That's where the build crafting really comes into play. Okay. Also, in my philosophy, if I am trying out the build, for example, if I am stuck behind a corner more than I am facing the enemies, that means two things. So, let's see the super quick. Ah, so amazing. Was not scripted. I just winged it. Had to click it. Anyway, going back. My philosophy on builds is if I'm hiding more than I'm facing the enemies or interacting with my with how my build is supposed to work, then chances are that build is weak. Or I am not yet accustomed to it, and I am. So take that into mind. That's why I run hard TV content daily, so that I make sure that I am at least well versed in whatever subclass and whatever builds. So as you can see, not like our prismatic counterparts, we can't afford to rush down or face tank. While we do have a source of damage resist in the form of the arc aspect and amplified, Prismatic has a third layer of damage resist, which is transcendent, and sometimes, like the hunter, it can have 4. Nevertheless, this is tanky enough for endgame content, and I think you just saw we casted our, I think our 5th or 6th super already. For the weapons, I would prefer going for a special arc weapon. It doesn't have to be Psychopump. I just used Psychopump because it was suggested, but I will say it fits very well in this build since you want more bolt charge. More bolt charge. It will activate Ambitious Assassin. You will shoot Psychopump 2 times. More bolt charge equals more elemental arc pickup. More arc pickup means more super. More power fantasy. Everything goes kaboom. Take a look at that. We got about 1/4 refunded. And my heavy weapon is also a Rolling Storm machine gun. Oh, look at that. We have our super already on the GM setting. Pop the shield. Again, you gotta use and abuse your build. Don't be shy to spam your super. You know, more often than not, the mistakes when I try to help my friends on PvE and where they can improve. More often than not, I notice that people are quite shy to spend their big guns. What I mean by that is people more often than not are shy in using their super, their transcendence, their heavy weapons, thinking that they will run out of it, or they want to reserve it for the big boss. Something. My reasoning is, if you use it as much as possible, the faster you can clear the room, the faster you can kill ads, and the safer too, because more often than not, if you're using super and transcendence, you have damage resist. So yeah, just use it. And usually builds nowadays are quick to refill your supers and transcendence anyway, if you play it right. Stuff like this. In this room alone, we've already done 5 big supers. Half killed, full charge. Really shining this season. Now, some people might think that when the artifact perks are gone regarding bolt charge, then yeah, it will be weaker, but I think it will still be strong enough to carry on and be future-proof. To the boss room. Our ammos are looking good. Don't need to worry about our super, since it will fill itself very fast. So on high level PvE content, you want to focus on crowd control aspect and fragments. So I went with the new arc turret, the one that kind of blinds and just builds up bolt charge, controlling a zone. It can be Arc Soul, but But yeah, in high level TV content, I just prioritize if it's not fast damage burst, it has to be counter. And then I believe there's a fragment that blinds the surrounding enemies if you get a kill with a special or heavy ammo, with a special or heavy weapon. So that's also good. Obviously, protection is also good. Must have, in my opinion. My grenade is blinding. The arc blinding grenade. It can be whatever to your preference, but again, since this is solo GM, I opted to go for that loadout. Our goal is to make as much elemental pickups as possible. Okay, right off the bat, we see the seasonal orb. Let's go to work. You can see all the ball charge stacking as we are doing super, and as the turret is over there, we almost phase them out. Very fast phase out. A good alternative to Psychopump, I would say, is the Tomb, the fusion rifle, exotic arc fusion rifle, the one that generates ionic traces. Oh, there we go. I was looking for that word, ionic traces. The one that generates ionic traces on each hit or kill, I believe. Very strong fusion rifle, especially especially paired with geomag Warlock. I can't say it's top tier because it works best with Arc Warlock, specifically geomag Warlock. Well, it does benefit other classes. Well, yeah, other classes will benefit from ionic traces, but you know, the real maximized effect again is for Arc Warlock. At the flip side, your arc weapon is as flexible as you want it. I just really suggest, if you want to try this build, equip it with a special arc weapon instead of a primary, due to the effect where if you get kills, you will blind the surrounding, and if enemies are affected by your arc debuff, such as the arc blinding, stuffs happen, like more ionic traces appear, stuff like that. So we already got 2 plates captured. Mind you, this is minute 12 going to minute 13. The timing for this is prismatic levels of timing. I will not concede that this is as strong as Prismatic, but please consider this build. This is very strong. This is up there. See lightning everywhere on the floor. We're aggressively pushing, where normally one would, you know, play it safe and hide behind the pillar. We have amplified and facet of protection for arc. Look at that, we got our super yet again, and that should seal the deal. Amazing build. I know this has been the flavor of the month build on the start of this episode. I didn't really play with it too much because I was still in love with Prismatic. But yeah, after all artifact perks were unlocked, I gave this build a try, and shout out to that guy in the comments. Yeah, because of that comment, I went to this whole thinking of how can I make a build from the seasonal weapons. So yeah, again, very nice build. I put it up there, maybe A tier, not S tier, but A tier, or A plus tier. Let's give it that. Oh look, I also got a good palindrome. So if you want this build to try it out, I'll put the GM report link. The GM report link contains the DM link, so yeah, you can try it out. For non-GM content, you can basically just switch around your fragments and aspects to the offensive counterparts. You don't have to choose the blinding. Don't have to choose whatever I rock. You can change it to whatever. Um, but for the artifact mods though, I really suggest to get the ones that give you more super on elemental pickup. Yeah, just kind of copy that one, the one on the last screen, and yeah, give us a like and subscribe. And more runs in the future with different builds. Cross fingers. See you guys on the next one.